Okay, I'm back for random crap part 2. So anyhow, I was telling you about this job I had. So the thing with the cats happened, and then I don't even know where the hell she was this day that I was there. It was a Monday. It was a Monday. And I'm here, there, everywhere, having to do stuff. And it's like 4 o'clock. Nobody had seen her because she was drunk. Here comes the lawn guy. Guys. Somebody over here's got shit. Ouch. Now I can't even think of the name. I just stuck my finger over something sticking out of the wall. Anyhow, it's a turtle that's endangered here really bad. And I know the name of it, and it'll come to me. And when it does, I'm going to spit it out. Anyhow, this long guy, and he come running over, and he's like, they've got it in a pen, and blah, blah, blah. And so I walked out to see, because there was nobody else there. The manager's drunk in a fucking RV. So I go out there. And sure enough, there was a turtle in an enclosure, like, a portable enclosure like you would put a dog. So, and he, being a lawn guy, dealing with this all the time, he runs, gopher turtle. All the time. I think it's a gopher turtle. Anyhow, we'll just leave it at that. He should know. And I went over and looked at it. I went, oh, fuck, yeah, that's what that is. Because I have them in my yard. They dig holes, and that's where they live. And you're not allowed to touch them, even if they're in the middle of traffic. But you know what? I don't give a shit. I'll get out, and I'll move him in the direction that he's heading and put him down. Put me in jail. So anyhow, he looked like this turtle. I've seen him. And the lawn guy was jumping up and down. He said, oh, my God, I got to call Fish and Wildlife. These people are in trouble. And I said, well, you know what? Maybe that's their dog. But it was in the bright sunshine. I said, maybe that's their dog enclosure. And the turtle probably just got underneath it. I said, so he says, we need to get it out of there. I said, don't touch it. I work here. I said, and if it's a gopher, I said, I'll take responsibility for touching him. And what I did is I picked him up, walked right across to a campsite across from them, and put him down. There was nobody there. I put him down. The people on the other site saw me do it. I got nothing to hide. So I went back into the office, and here come the drunk. And I said to her, look, I'm getting ready to go home. This is what happened. I won't mention his name, but so-and-so, the long guy, come running. He was worried about, I think it's a gopher turtle. We'll just call it that. A gopher turtle. And he thought these people had it imprisoned. I said, I went out and looked at it. It looked like maybe he climbed underneath the little temporary enclosure for a dog. I said, so I just picked him up and I put him over on site 7. I said, now, if there's any kind of issue or any repercussion, I did it. I'll take responsibility. I didn't hide anything. I said, everybody here saw what I did. And everybody that worked there, including that old fuck that hung out every day. His wife came and dropped him off every day, and he hung there all day long, sleeping and being a pig. He's a dirty. Anyhow, they were all there. And actually, one of the employees walked with me to put him down. And I told her what I did. And I said, if I get in trouble, I get in trouble. I said, I know I shouldn't have touched him, but I said he was in the bright sunshine. He couldn't get out of it. Okay, she was okay with it. About 10 o'clock that night, I get a drunken phone call. Back. What? Oh, the turtle. What about the turtle? Oh, the guy that owned the turtle came in. And I said, okay. She says, yeah, about 10 minutes after you went home. I said, okay, you told him where I put his turtle. It probably was still there, right? I said, but what's he doing with a gopher turtle? She's, no, he said it's not a gopher turtle. It's some kind of hip something turtle. But they look just like them unless you see the front legs. There's some kind of a thing on the front legs. Well, we didn't see him because he had retracted them in. It's the only difference. Hip, I don't know. Anyhow. And I said, well, you told him where he was, right? And he went and got him. Oh, no. I said, what do you mean, oh, no? I said, I told you what I did, and I told you where he went, and so-and-so was with me when I walked over there, and she knew where I put him. So if we're only 10 minutes went by, he's still there. She told him she didn't know anything about it. And she told the other employees that were there when it happened to shut their mouth. And she called, he's going to call Fish and Wildlife, and he's this and he's that. And somebody taught him, a lady with the purple hair, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I told you what I did. I said, what's the big deal? No, she says, I don't know if you're going to keep your job here once the owners find out what you did, and you're probably going to go to jail. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I had her on speakerphone, and my husband heard the whole conversation. Well, you shouldn't have touched him and blah, blah, blah. I said, look, first of all, I told you Matt, who's our lawn guy who sees them all the time, is the one that came to me, jumping up and down, swearing to God that it's a gopher turtle. I said, and I looked at it. It looked just like a gopher turtle. I said, however, I didn't pull his little fucking legs out and look at him. She was just trying to cover her ass left and right. Now, it had to have been on a Tuesday that this happened. She says to me, well, you need to come in here and you need to, I said, look, tomorrow's my day off, and you know my husband's off, and you know we go on the water. I said, if I remember correctly, those folks will be there till Thursday. I said, what you need to do is go tell them what happened and tell them that you fucking lied to them. She wasn't about to do that. And she's calling me all day long on Wednesday, leaving me messages, texting me, you need to come talk to them. I said, you need to kiss my ass. I'll be in the morning. So Thursday morning, I didn't do anything wrong. Thursday morning, I go into work really early, but on the way, I stopped at the grocery store, got some different lettuces, and I thought, well, I'll walk around the area and perimeter, and because they don't like to get wet, so he wouldn't have went too far because it's kind of mushy over there. And it was time for him to eat, and they move slow. So I went and I put out all the food, and then I saw the family rousting around. And I helped them park their RV, but other than that, I hadn't interacted too much because I was really busy when I was there. So anyhow, I went over to him and I said, I think you're looking for me. And he says, yeah, and he had a really bad attitude. I said, hold up, just stop a minute. I said, first of all, you were lied to. I said, because that goddamn woman right there, and I pointed at her, she wanted me to come and get her when I went to talk to him because she was going to try to come. I said, you see her? She lied to you. I said, she knew where your turtle was. She knew where your turtle was 10 minutes before you got there. I said, and had she told you where your turtle was, you'd have had your turtle, but she lied to you. And I put up with a drunken conversation last night about being threatened that you're going to have me put in jail and that Fish and Wildlife has come. He says, no. He said, because of the kind of turtle it was, he had to call Fish and Wildlife. It wasn't, I don't think that one was on it couldn't have been on the endangered species, or it couldn't have had it, but because of the type it was, an invasive species or something, I don't know, invasive. That it, that it couldn't be out and about and make a new baby turtle, whatever. Not my problem at this point. Anyhow, I'm being nice to him, and I told him, I said, look, mister, this is what happened. And I told him that I told her all about it. I said, but every employee here, and I pointed to the guy, I said, including that big fuck right there, they were all here. I said, and the one employee with the long dark hair, she walked over there with me. I said, they all knew. I said, I told my boss, and I told her if there was any, problems or complication, to call me to let me know. I said, but she shouldn't have had to call me. If you were there 10 minutes after I left, she should have told you the truth. I said, I am so sorry. I said, I'll keep an eye out for him. He says, well, we got to leave today. And I'm like, oh, great. I'm like, where are you going? And he says, well, I have a business here. He says, but we're going up to try a new place up Crystal River. And I said, all right. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I said, do you have a business card? He gave it to me. And I said, I'll keep an eye out. And I'll alert everybody to keep an eye out for him. I said, and if he's found, I said, I will deliver him to you when I get done at work today. I said, I'll wait till my husband gets off work and we'll bring him to you. So he was good with that. Now he's pissed off at the other one. He was furious. So, I don't know. I went back to work, and a few hours later, here come one of the fellas that worked over at the kayak thing, he likes to drive around in the go-kart. He gets a golf cart. He gets paid to do that all day, you know, ride his friends around him. So he come to me and he says, hey, I think I got something. I got something. He says, come look at this. I think I found your turtle. Well, sure enough, he had him in a little bin. And I said, good. I said, bring him in, put him in the office. So I go to call the guy. And of course, the bitch had his number because, you know, she was going to alert him. This was before I spoke to him. She was going to alert him, you know, blah, 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 blah. And he had asked me to let him know, you know, what was going on. He had to let Fish and Wildlife know because of the type. I don't know. So here I am trying to call him. She's already on the goddamn phone with him, covering her ass. Oh, I found your turtle. But no, she didn't find it. She was drunk. She went back to drinking. So when she got done, I just text messaged him and I said, Jeff, blah, 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 blah. I said, I got him. I said, he's here. He's safe. I said, what lot number are you at? I said, I know where the place is. I said, and I will deliver him to you tonight. He was so appreciative. So Chris got there and I left the turtle there when I went home to get my husband and then went back and got the turtle and we took him. Why? Because it was the right thing to do. You know, I was the last one to have my hands on him, even though nothing was done with malice. It was all done innocently. You know, everybody agreed it was a gopher turtle, you know, so we needed to get him out of the sunlight, first of all, and get him back to where he belonged. So anyhow, we get up there and he was just getting there and the wife was there with the kids. And I got out. His wife, apparently he had talked to her during the day and told her what had happened. His wife came to me and put her arms around me. I didn't know this woman. Tears in her eyes, hugged me. She says, I'm so sorry. And I said, you don't have anything to be sorry. She said, I am so sorry that you were put through what you were put through. I said, well, it's just how shit goes there. I said, but it's okay. We're good. She says, what can I do? And I said, nothing. We're good. I said, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, you got him back okay. I said, you know, this is what the circumstances were. It was all done by Miss. She said, no, I'm not mad at you. She says, would you and your husband like to stay and have dinner with us and drinks? And I said, no. I said, it's okay. I said, you know, but this woman's in tears apologizing to me for what that bitch did. And the husband, you know, he gave me a hug. He says, I'm so sorry. He said, you know, had we been told that? I said, I know. I said, but it's all done. Here's your baby. Everything's good. So we said our goodbyes. It was Thursday. I went to work Friday. Full intentions on giving a 2 week. Well, actually, I had already given a 2-week notice. And that week that happened, that was a week after my 2-week notice was supposed to expire because she had begged me to stay and help. She couldn't get reliable help. And everybody let me, you know, the bullshit story. So I stayed another week and I told her, I said, this is going to be a day-to-day thing. I'm not going to promise. Well, when the bullshit with the turtle happened, I went in Friday with full intentions. And of course, you know, all the employees, I'm so sorry. I said, you know, you all threw me under the fucking bus. All of you threw me under the fucking bus. I'm sorry, but she told us to shut up and we weren't allowed to say anything. I said, really? I said, you know what? If I'd have been in your shoes, you know how long she'd kept me shut, my mouth shut? She wouldn't have. So anyhow, I did my work. I was there to finish my week. Did my work. And I was like, well, I'll give her time to hire somebody. Well, about noontime, she rolls around and I'm heading to go down into the store office area. Here she comes out. Me being me, the dumbass, I said, good morning. She looked at me. Yeah, right. Just like that. Head down, kept going. She didn't get, oh, hey, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that to you. You know, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. Okay. Finished my day. It's getting ready to lock up my area. Here comes the little girl that worked during the day. She was the assistant. I said, come here. And I told her, I'm leaving. I'm done. Here's the key. She cried. Please don't go. Please. No. I can't stay any longer. I said, you know what's been going on here. I said, I can't stay. I said, I don't even want my name associated with this place. I said, I have never in my life been treated like this before. And she was crying, please, no. I said, no, here, take the keys. You're the assistant. I'm turning my keys over to you. Look in my car. I'm walking out of here the way I came in. My husband will be here sometime to get the air conditioning. I had to put my own air conditioning unit in a laundry facility that had one window and washers and dryers where I had to do the laundry from the cabins. Yeah, in Florida. So we put an air conditioner in the window, which was approved, And I said, he'll be back to get my air conditioner. Well, she didn't stay either. It wasn't a few weeks later, she was gone. So all the help has changed, except for two, and her. They made her move off premises. Because I sent an email. Of course, the owners are useless as tits on a bone. But I sent an email, told them how I felt. I told them about my stuff that I had booked over there. I didn't expect to get it free. That I had booked over there. Had deposits. She put them in as abandoned, and they were booked a year ahead. Put them in as abandoned and kept my money. So, needless to say, to save face, they made her move off premises, but she's still manager. They have done countless renovations, electrical, plumbing. They put in some new buildings, no permits. I watched them one day. They had to replace some of the roof on the store, and the cabin next to it is all one. You know what? Everything in that place should be torn down. Tin, for the ceiling. And the reason they had to do it is because the cabin started pouring water in. You know what was between the drywall ceiling and the tin? 1x4s. It's all that was holding the tin roof on in Florida on the water. And that's the way they replaced it also. Tin roof. 1x4s. Nothing between it and the drywall ceiling. So everything from shady management to building violations to treating employees like shit to whatever. It hurts my feelings because I won't go back. My friends that were there over the summer, or over the winter, actually, it's their summer, invited us for barbecues, and they had to come over here, which they didn't mind that. They came over several times. Because I'm sorry, I'm not coming. Because if I run into her, I'm going to jail. I said, so to circumvent that problem, I'm not doing it. I'm not a troublemaker at all, but you know what? Don't bring it to me. My cat is climbing up the screen. I don't know. Hold on a minute. Let me holler at him. I don't know. Right, get off that screen. Now. Sorry about that, guys. So anyhow, that's what happened with that. Told you I can get my ass in some predicaments, and I do it innocently. I don't know. It's that neon sign on my goddamn forehead, I guess. I don't know what it is. So, yeah, and well, when we were out on the water, and that's one of the waterways that we go, I'm still not going to tell you which one it is. One of our friends that was there, she was getting ready to go back home. And she was working a couple days a week in the office there. She learned a lot. Anyhow, I won't go into any of that. But so I decided just to go over and say goodbye, and I just, fuck it. There's no reason why I can't go. It's just that I guess my stupid pride didn't let me go. So I got out of the boat, walked across the dock, walked into the store. Me and my big mouth. And she was behind the counter with the employee that walked with me to put the turtle where I put him and didn't stick up for me. She come out from around the counter hugging me, crying, I miss you, man. I said, you know what? The phone rings the same way. The road runs the same way. You know where I live. This is the same employee that was crying about poverty and this, that, and the other, and COVID, when COVID hit, and she got sick, and she lost a couple paychecks, so they couldn't pay their bills. So here I am. I'm already feeling bad for her. I'm giving her clothes for her, giving her clothes for her daughter. I took her to the grocery store, and I said, get your family what you're going to need, because she said she didn't have any food. Now, if somebody was going to offer to help me like that, if I truly needed the help, first of all, I would appreciate it. Second of all, there wouldn't be $300 worth of little drink jugs and chips, and I would buy milk and bread and butter and cheese and lunch meat and peanut butter, things like that. And certainly would not just spend $300 or something. But that's what happened. I had offered to take her to the grocery, so boom, 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 here comes at the cash register. I gave her furniture for her home. I gave her some very expensive drapes. She didn't have curtain rods, so I went out. It cost me $50 a piece for a fucking curtain rod. Yep, the same one. And then she thought that I was going to succumb to her tears when I ran into her. It's been almost a year. And I don't even think I threw in there that I told you I started in January. March 27th, I had major surgery. I got cut 2 different ways. Again, not up here, down my belly, across my belly, it flayed again. I wasn't supposed to go back to work or do anything for about 4 months. Well, guess where I was? 2 weeks later, getting binders and all kinds of shit so I could go back to work and help them because they were short of help. Now I fucking see why they can't keep help. Yeah. So yeah, when I tell you I get myself into some conundrums, I do. I don't know how, I just do. But it's okay. I removed myself from the situation. And that was it. Mama Sue, what you doing, pretty girl? So, anyhow, it's getting late. I'm surprised my husband hasn't gone to bed. What time is it? 9:32. Oh my God, he's 32 minutes over his bedtime. He'll be coming through pretty soon saying goodnight because we got to go to the market in the morning, but we don't have to be there till 9. Uh-oh, there goes the cat in the pond. Let's see if I can get Alexa to turn on the fountain. I'll be back. I'm going to turn this around. Hold on.